Hi Lizzie, welcome to the first of our 2022 Meet the Team series, and thank you very much for being my first contributor to this series. Really happy to have you on board. It's great to see you. I know we seem to kind of see each other more through a screen than face to face nowadays, but then I guess that's part of the joys of hybrid working. And I don't mean it's a joy not to see your face, of course, because it's always lovely to see you. And you're always so positive, and you're great company. And I quite miss our coffees and biscuits, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Biscuits a priority.
Yeah. So I just wondered if you would mind starting us off by introducing yourself, and tell us what your role is on the consult team at Greenacre and how long you've been a part of the team.
Yeah, so I'm Lizzie. I am a project manager for Greenacre Consult, and I joined at the end of last year, so enough time to start getting really stuck into it. Yeah, really enjoying it.
Brilliant, thank you. And how did you end up as project manager with Greenacre Consult?
So I previously worked with Vicky, who is a principal consultant for Greenacre Consult. So really enjoyed working with her previously, and when the opportunity arose to work with her again, that was a definite yes. And I'm really interested in kind of the culture change as well, and behavioural change. So that's a bonus.
Absolutely, yeah. It sounds really interesting. And I know that there have been some really exciting things going on with the consult team in terms of the Leading for Tomorrow programme, which is really well established now and been getting some great responses and reviews. And the directors networks now, the directors and the HR directors networks now, which have been really valuable in gathering thoughts and experiences and collaborative solutions to some of the biggest issues that the housing industry is facing right now. And it must feel really good to, get involved in those kind of collaborative processes. I just wondered, what is it that you would say you love most about your job and your role?
There are lots of things I do really enjoy about my job. I think you spend so much of your life at work. It is really important to enjoy it, and it means something to you. Otherwise, I think it can make your weeks very long. I really enjoy my job. I get the opportunity to see the difference that we can make in people's lives and in the housing sector. I have the opportunity to develop, and a lot of the content that we are delivering is also happening internally. So I get the opportunity to develop and learn a lot about that for myself as well. It's a really nice company as well. So a lot of the values that the company have, everyone that works for Greenacre holds those values. So it's really nice to work for an organisation that everyone's similar in that sense.
When we talk about our strengths and our different characteristics about our personalities, I know what you mean. It's kind of like what we're helping people to achieve in their organisations outside. We're actually also implementing inside the organisation as well. We're not just kind of talking the talk, we're actually walking the walk.
Yeah.
And yeah, I totally agree.
That's really important.
Yeah, and it's clear that you're really encouraged to kind of follow your strengths and your passions, and that's probably why you're so good at your job. So I was going to ask you actually, on that note about kind of personality and characteristics, what would you say, and this might be a tricky one, what are the 3 words that describe you best?
I'm going to use my top 3 strengths because we use strengths as a psychometric, and actually that describes, I think, someone best. So my top 3 strengths are empathy, restorative, and developer. So I think hopefully that does actually best describe who I am.
It's amazing. I know what you mean. I've done the Clifton strengths recently as well, and I was quite skeptical at first, but it is quite astonishing, isn't it, how accurate the results are, and how they kind of the strengths in your character helps you kind of be more aware of your own strengths and how you can use them to best effect. And yeah, some of it's very scarily accurate.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's really relevant in your work life and personal life, and I think that's what I really love about strengths.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And kind of diverting slightly, if you could be anywhere right now in the world, and that's physically or mentally, where would you be?
Oh, okay, minus the sunburn, the Maldives just looks so zen and peaceful, and I would not say no.
Yeah, no, totally agree. My sister went there for her honeymoon and it looked absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, great suggestion there. And I know that obviously we've talked about how things have changed in the workplace slightly, you know, through the pandemic when we mentioned the hybrid working situation. What would you say is the one word that would sum up your experience if you had to just narrow it down to one word of how you've experienced work throughout the pandemic? That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, life changing, but not in that dramatic sense. In a sense of, I think like many people, I've gone through so many changes of thoughts through the pandemic. So things that were never possible at the beginning, remote working was not really as big a thing as it is now. Yeah, we can do whatever we want, have more flexibility. I've really valued that, and I think for me it's been such a focus on like my mental health as well, and knowing actually what I need for my best well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so life-changing would definitely sum that up. And I think we've all experienced it in different ways, haven't we?
Absolutely.
And, you know, it all depends on so many different factors of what our experiences in our life was like before the pandemic, and also how much of that level of trust we have with the people that we work with and the people that we live with, and how that kind of impacts our overall experience. And what would you say, if you had to again narrow it down to one word, would sum up how you feel about the future?
Probably curious.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we just don't know, do we, what's around the corner? And it's good to have that kind of curiosity and ability to kind of bend and adapt and respond rather than react. And I think that's something that we've all learned to do, isn't it, really, over the last couple of years?
Massively. I think just that chance to reflect and think about things and actually see what we can do that makes things better, rather than it just being the way something is and that's it. Actually, I think there is much more curiosity in terms of how things are done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a very good word to use. And completely going off tangent and not segueing into the next one at all in any way, shape or form. If you could be one animal, what would it be and why?
Okay, so I'm going to go with my favourite animal, which is an elephant.
Oh.
So I just think they're really beautiful animals. I think they have some really nice traits as well. They're quite friendly, they're loyal, which I feel like I am, and they're quite peaceful. So going back to strengths, harmony is one of my top 5. So I just love to be an elephant.
No, I get what you mean. Elephants. I've only been around elephants a small amount of times, and once was when I managed to visit Thailand, and
Nice.
excuse me, and there was an elephant sanctuary, and you just feel so calm and peaceful around them. They've got really beautiful energy, haven't they?
Yes, I just think they're amazing. And they're like such big animals, but it doesn't stop them doing anything.
No, that's true. That's true. And talking about big animals, can you give us your best dad joke?
Okay.
Go on, hit us with it.
Why is Peter Pan always flying?
I don't know.
He never lands.
Oh, very good. Lizzie, thank you so much. You've been an absolute star, and I look forward to working with you on some of the upcoming projects going on with Consult at the moment, and also seeing you face to face for a coffee and a bicky soon. That would be very, very nice indeed.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Alma.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Bye.